I'm going to talk a little about Gypsy Jazz voicings, the kind of chords that the Gypsy players prefer, because I'm a Gypsy Jazz guitarist and I think a lot of people don't know much about this and don't know where to find the right information. This first lesson, I'm going to give you two general voicings based on the 6th string. There's the open voicing. That's a G major 6 chord. Now you've already taken my shell voicing lessons, so you know exactly what this is. It's a shell voicing with the 5th added on the 2nd string. This is a more open voice preferred by swing players, people who kind of want to emphasize more of that sound. For example, Yosho Stefan uses exclusively these voicings, and his playing lends itself to these voicings on the rhythm. It's actually, I think, very interesting, because I play rhythm for Yosho. If you follow me, you know that's the case when he's in the United States. And I've tried using the other type of voicings with his playing, and it just doesn't sound as good. His playing demands this type of voicings. I'm not sure what it is, but it just does. It's interesting. Now, Gonzalo Bergera, on the other hand, would play a G major 6 more like this. Now, this is the voicing you're probably completely unaware of. I think it's the more traditional voicing, the more Gypsy voicing. But it's really just a matter of preference. Gonzalo's playing sounds better with a voicing like this, and it's interesting because his playing is more dirty and gritty, where Yosho's is more kind of open and clean, and the voicings that they use reflect that too. Okay, so this voicing, if you think about a G major 6, a G major chord, the bar chord that we all know since we're children, and then you add 2 notes, 5th fret on the B and E string, both on the 5th fret. That is the 6th of the chord on the B string and the 9th of the chord on the top string. So if you're used to playing a G major chord like this, you're probably thinking, how do I get 2 extra fingers here and here? Well, of course you can't. So this is how it is fingered. It is the fingering of this chord that is difficult, or at least uncomfortable to people who don't play this style already. We are going to use our thumb on the bottom string. We're going to use our middle finger on 2 strings at once. Now, this is a very common technique in Gypsy Jazz. I don't know of any other style that I think takes advantage of this idea as much as Gypsy Jazz, where you use one finger to voice 2 strings on a chord. So thumb, middle on 2 strings, first finger grabs the 3rd, and you can use the ring finger to either grab both those strings, or you can use the ring finger and the pinky. That's, I think, a matter of personal preference. So you end up with 3, 5, 5, 4, 5, 5. Something about this voicing is you have an open 5th on the bottom 2 strings, and you have all the bass in there. So it's a very nice crunchy sound as opposed to this open sound. And it's got a little tension on the top there as well. Not only can you make a major 6-9 chord there, you can lower that first finger to make it into a G minor 6-9. So we're just lowering the 3rd there. You can also make a 7 chord there by using your pinky to grab that, 6th fret 2nd string. That would be the F, the 7th of a G chord. And you can make a G7 or a G9 chord by adding the 7th there, the flat 7 there, and the 9 there. You can also even make a G major 7 there, though I think when they do that, they usually just leave out the bass, and that's not a chord voicing that I think I've seen very often. Of course, Gypsy Jazz guitarists, they don't use a major 7 chord very often. That's more common to jazz. Next lesson, we will do the 5th string voicings, but get used to getting that 1 finger on 2 strings, because I think that's actually an important concept and an important technique. See you next time.